You are listening to the Iconic Agent New Construction Marketing Podcast.
I'm Nathaniel Crawford.
And I'm Damon Greene.
We've helped agents sell over $400 million in new construction since 2020.
And now we're here to skyrocket your sales. Let's build your real estate empire and create the life you deserve. In this episode, we talk about the reality that part-time agents have an advantage selling new construction over full-time agents.
All right, so this is triggering to some, and I know when I told you, you kind of looked at me sideways, but and then we had a context to this. But in this day and age, in 2025, based on what happens in 2024 and 2023, and agents not seeing their, not living their best lives, majority of them, based on the stats, part-time agents have the advantage over the majority of full-time agents that did not make any money last year from the buyer side. And hear me out. This is why I say that. And Nate, thanks to you because you corrected me on that because it's not a blanket statement. First off, from new construction, buyer side. New construction is an easier transaction. Paperwork, almost non-existent. You just got to get your client, take care of your client, usher them through the process, make sure they're good, do the negotiations. Am I missing anything on that?
No.
Okay, so it's easier to do that. You don't have the paperwork to fill out. On-site rep does that.
You don't have as much paperwork.
You don't have as much paperwork, yes. You're taking more care of the client and they communicate in between. You're not running all around the world, showing all types of properties and things as often as you would be for resales. And most people, if you have a full-time job, they have 9-to-5s. Well, most people buying homes have 9-to-5s or jobs, so the weekends and the evenings might work better for them and for you. Now, the reason I say part-time agents have the benefit is because they have money, access to money. They might have sold something, but even if they haven't, they have a job that allows them to invest in themselves, invest in their businesses and marketing. So if agents didn't sell anything last year, there's nothing there to invest. So that's his prime time. And I also say this because the event that we're hosting, we did a three-day new construction marketing mastery workshop where in 3 days we teach agents how to set up their entire marketing funnels and have marketing understood in 3 days. It's guaranteed. At least right now, 80% of the attendees are part-time agents that can take the time off and they have the money to invest in themselves and come to the event to do this. And now they're going to learn a process that's proven. Whereas the full-time agents are like, oh, I want to, but I got to find a closing. I got to wait for a closing. I didn't make any money or I made a little money last year. And even if you made money, now we have to, we got bills to pay or debts to pay back. And it's a challenge. So fair, not fair, part-time agents seem to have the advantage because those are the ones that are investing in themselves from what we're saying. So what are your thoughts on that or any additions to that?
Well, when you're a part-time agent, specifically working with buyers, right? Because yes. I don't believe you should be a part-time agent with listings. That's a handicap because you don't have flexibility to show the property. There's a lot of stuff that goes in that. So, but specifically a part-time agent that's working with buyers focused on new and pre-construction, the predictability of income for that part-time, especially in slow markets, gives them the edge because they can then commit to spending $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month on marketing above and beyond what a lot of full-time agents whose income may be ebbing and flowing, and that ebb and flow in their income at some point, depending on how slow that market is, starts to affect the amount that they can invest into their marketing. In addition to that, a lot of, and we've seen this with a bunch of agents in the program, the part-time, being a successful part-time agent, and we have several that are doing 6 figures a year easily, one of the things they all have in common is they have incredible time management skills.
Yes, very true.
So having a very specific window of time every day that you can address your marketing or your real estate business in tandem with, you still got life, they have kids, you got a husband, you got family, you got other stuff that's going on in addition to your full-time job. That time management discipline is something that a lot of part-time agents tend to have mastery over, because they have to get the most out of all of their free time. Whereas when you're a full-time agent, you have obviously you have to have good time management skills, but the financial pressure combined with those time management skills, I think sometimes can distort your motivation. So you start to prioritize stuff as your financial pressure grows that might not be the best thing. So whenever we get into a market like this, part-time agents or agents who have some sort of ancillary predictable income, because some of them might not be part-time agents necessarily, just might have another small business or something, but an agent with some sort of predictable income independent of real estate is going to have a tremendous advantage, because they're going to be able to commit to spending those marketing dollars on growing their business, when a lot of other agents are being forced to reduce that marketing spend just because they don't have the bandwidth.
Thanks for tuning in to the Iconic Agent New Construction Marketing Podcast for Realtors. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast player. Visit theiconicagent.com and grab the new construction buyer traction blueprint. And don't forget, join the 5,000 plus strong new construction marketing community at www.theiconicagent.com/community. Catch you on the next episode.